Technology will not answer and solve the problem of the business. Ang labanan sa buhay is what you do pagdating sa 5 to 9.
Your 9 to 5 job will pay your bills, but what you do from 5 to 9 will build your dream.
Any business is going to be very hard to adjust kasi sometimes it will cannibalize. Do not let digital or any technology replace what should be human and what should be the normal course. As you grow older, you cannot fail too much anymore, right? So, fail all you want, especially if those who are listening, 20, 30, naku, okay yan. Talon ka ng talon hanggang makita mo na, okay, alam anong hindi, ano sa'yo, no? What's for you?
Experience is not only the best teacher, but learning from other people's mistakes.
Exactly. Again, you learn from mistakes. You don't learn from success. Success is linear. Any failure is really learning. So, even pati sa tao, then you begin to realize who are real people and who are not.
Hi there, this is Chinkitan, your pambansang world coach. Sa araw na ito, napakapalad po natin na makakausap po natin ang isang tao na talagang tinitingalaan ko kasi ang height niya nasa 6 feet, ako ay 5'5 lang. Maliban pa doon na he is considered actually one of the most influential marketing person here in the Philippines. Ang dami na niya pong pinalaking brands, pinalaking kumpanya. Currently, he's right now the COO of Dito Telco. Let us welcome Mr. Donald Lim. Palak naman. Hi, Donald.
Thank you. Hi, thank you, Chinky, for having me.
Yeah, Donald. I've been really following you for the longest time, no? Especially kasi, number one, we came from the same school.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
Mga taga Hope Christian. Pero siya, talaga yung mga nasa, top, no? Sa top. Ako yung mga nasa Ropor. Ropor kami. And then, yun nga, bigla na lang talaga because of your background working in the corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Napalaki mo, napakaraming brands. Can you please tell us yung progress mo on how you were able to penetrate the...
Yeah, sure. Actually, laking Divisoria ho ako no? So, laking Divisoria. Since panganay ako, the expectation is for me to take over the family business. So, my dad operates a lighting distributor siya. No? He's one of the biggest lighting distributor ng mga GE, Philips, kung ano mga brands no, within in Divisoria. But that time, I was very lucky because my dad said, mag-training ka muna outside. So, mag-training ka muna outside and pag natuto ka na, pwede ka bumalik. So, but imagine mo, no, nung 8 years old, 9 years old, until 15, 16, talagang sa Divisoria kami, nagkakarga ako ng mga kahon-kahon, may kartilya kami, sumasama kami sa mga bodega. So, we're kind of, actually, baka hindi nga 8, baka earlier pa, 6 years old, 5 years old. So, kasi yung bahay at yung office, isa lang Right? So,
ito lang, trivia lang. And just to give you a perspective, siguro obvious naman, no, si Donald is Filipino-Chinese. And I'm also Filipino-Chinese. And then, bakit, di ba, ever since we were young talaga, na yung bahay talaga,
tipid.
Di ba, yung sa ground floor, tindahan. Second floor
bahay. Ganun talaga. Magkakatabi pa kaming lahat, di ba? Magkakalaban ng mga lighting products. So, friends kaming mga anak, pero technically competitors yung mga parents namin.
At saka itong weird part, di ba? Especially pagka summer vacation.
Yeah.
Di ba parating parang compelled and required tayo, di ba? Magtrabaho.
Kailangan magtrabaho.
Bakit kaya ini-insist?
Because we're really being trained to take on the family business na talaga from the start. Ini-ingrained na sa utak na kailangan, alamin mo na to, paano magsuot ng check, paano mag-collection, kahit na dati scratch paper lang. Diba? Yun na yun. Pag pumunta ka doon, deliver mo yung produkto, pipirmahan lang yun kahit scratch paper. Pero yun na rin gagamitin mo for collection.
Okay.
Diba? So, it's really a very different economy as we all know in Divisoria. Right? It's a very, diba, the gray market, very gray market there.
So, how did that experience impact you as a person right now in what you're doing?
I think if you think about it, sabi ko, medyo I was born and raised in a very disciplined household. Pati pera talagang laging tipid. Laging tipid, right? And that's why I think that's also maybe the key to success, the success of my parents. Because sila sabi na, kahit hindi malakas ang benta, pero kung tipid ka, may pera ka. Then, if you think about it, no, sabi ko, my training is very different. No? When I went out and go corporate, sales and marketing, habol ako benta. Benta, marketing, let's increase our sales by millions and millions, ganun. And then, gastos tayo to earn millions. So,
it's the opposite naman.
Iba, di ba? So, when I go back, sabihin ko, mali yung ginagawa nyo, di ba? So, Pero if you think about it, right now, fast forward 25 years, there's a logic to that. You don't have to, of course, my parents did not grow to be extremely big naman na corporation, no? Actually, after running it for 35 years, almost 40 years, it was still a sole proprietorship.
Hanggang ngayon?
Ngayon, only before pandemic, ginawang corporation. Kasi nga my dad had to retire, ginawa niyang corporation under the name of the kids na. Kasama siya, no? So, pero medyo kinorporate na niya. Kasi I also kept insisting gawing corporation para limited liabilities. No? So, and among certain benefits of a corporation, malaki rin yung volume niya kahit paano eh. We had to tell him the benefits of that. Right now, medyo nakikinig kasi, of course, that time, medyo nakikinig, medyo matanda na rin siya. So, parang sabi, preparing for sa inyo na yun eh.
Yeah, pero during that time, di ba, yung sinasabi mo, tipid-tipid, I want to bring you back there. Was there a moment during that time na feeling deprived ka?
Hindi ko naman naisip yun. Hindi ko naman naisip. Kasi nga, alam mo, when we were way younger, I want to buy that toy. I want to do this. So sabihin kagad ng mom ko, ay, wag, hindi kailangan. Hindi kailangan. Lagi hindi kailangan. No? Actually, baliktad nga eh. Ngayon, with my kids, bili lang siya ng bili. Diba sa apo niya? Diba? Pero nung time namin, talagang pahirapan. Kailangan may kapalit lagi. So, kailangan, okay, maka 100, literally maka 100 ka sa exam. Doon lang yung kaisa-isang time na may kapalit. Or minsan, ang mangyari, dati piso-piso, malaki na eh. So, ang gagawin niya, okay, buong Saturday mag-work ka, 5 pesos. So, iniipon namin, may alkansya kami. So, so ganun, no? So, talagang sabi nga, laging pagtipid ka, mas hindi ka maproblema. Kahit na kung mataas ang benta mo, pero malaki rin gastos mo, you can still end up with negative.
Wow. Right? So, ever since you were young, talagang yan ay tinuro sa inyo?
Yes.
Oo.
Yes, and at the same time, lagi nga sinasabi nga, no, which even up to now, Rizal, sabi nga niya, hindi benta, laging ang magkano ang kita. Right? So, kahit na mataas ang benta mo, maraming kumpanya, mataas ang benta, pero lugi.
Bakit?
Kasi mataas din ang expense, mataas din ang overhead. Right? My dad's office, even if you go to there now, even 30 years ago, pareho pa rin. Siguro, kasing laki lang ng kwarto na to, 4 na table, dad ko, mom ko that time, and then 2 secretary, yun lang. Dumadami ang warehouse, pero yung office ganun pa rin. Araw-araw, pumupunta siya, nakasando lang, minsan naka-t-shirt lang, for his entire work life, yung entire work. Ganun lang talaga. Everything is very simple. Sabi nga niya, pag pumupunta yung mga taga-US, no? Kasi for example, GE, pupunta, who's the number 1 distributor? Pupunta sa office, why is your office like this? Parang ganun kaliit lang. Diba? And sabi niya, proudly, yes, this is the only space I need to run a massive operation. Wow. Right? Bakit ko kailangan magkaroon ng mataas na building? Of course, naging problem lang doon is that because yung lahat nasa utak niya. Lahat ng bawat 100 or hundreds of customers, magkano ang percentage discount, magkano yung kabisado niya. Ang problema, ngayon sa amin, naging problema, is the succession planning. Hindi ko memorize. Hindi rin memorize ang kapatid ko. Kapatid ko nasa business eh. Ine-excel niya, pero hindi na niya ma-excel. Iba, no? Hindi ma-transfer yung real wisdom. Yung experience na yun. Pero if you ask my dad that time, really at its height, no? Like 10 years ago, kahit may Parkinson na siya nun, ano siya ha, bawat warehouse, alam niya ilan ang in-out ng case of ilaw. Alam niya pati yung kamada, hindi, may naka-5 na patong, may 2 pa, i-shoot mo dyan. Hindi niya kailangan pumunta doon, memorize niya. Right? So that's how he was really structured.
Sige guys, ito lang importante to, especially for people na gusto nyo mag-start ng negosyo. Ang unang dapat bantayan based on the information that I just got from Donald is you keep your overhead low.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, yan ang natutunan ko kay Lucia Tan eh.
Yes. Overhead.
Oo. Kasi pag mataas ang overhead mo, kahit na malaki benta mo, baka wala ka pang profit.
Oo. And I think the pandemic taught us that. Yung malitang overhead, yun ang muna buhay. Yung mga malalaki nga, sobrang benta, ang laki ng infrastructure, ang laki ng office, biglang nabilitan mag-adjust, magsarado, mag-ganon, kasi nga hindi kakayanin.
Guys, ito isa pang another business principle, no? Probably, Donald, if you can agree or disagree. When sales are high, nothing hurts.
Yes.
But when sales are low, everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. And lagi sinasabi nga ng dad ko, he would always say na, sabi nga, I'm not here to boast to my friends how big my office is. Wala naman akong pakialam eh. Marami siyang pumunta sa office niya, pero maliit. So, siksikan minsan. Pero sabi niya, okay lang yun. I don't even care a single. Mas important sa akin na, okay, kailangan yun education, kailangan natin mag-trip abroad, kailangan yun. Doon ang gagastusin ko kahit paano para sa atin. Pero hindi yung malaking office para pamporma. Diba? And if you think about it, no, yung warehouse, very walang ilaw. Imagine mo ganun kakuripot. So, naka-flashlight kami kasi madilim eh. Lalo na pag medyo 5 p.m. ganun. Ang dilim-dilim na. Naka-frustrate kami. Why? Kasi bakit mag-provide ng maintenance? So imagine the discipline of really scrimping. So naka-frustrate kami lahat, yung malalaki ilaw, memorize namin, tak-tak na kaganyan. Kasi mas matipid yun. So hindi lip service yung kailangan kuripot dito. Talagang it's really a way of life.
Wow.
And doon ko nakita, so when he passed during COVID, doon namin nakita, ay, ang dami niya palang naipon, ang dami niya palang talagang on the side, di nga namin alam kasi because he passed on abruptly, no, because of COVID. Di nga namin alam ano pa yung meron siya eh. But we were very surprised na for a Divisoria business, nakapagpundar siya ng kahit paano, no, may nakabili siya that time ng kondo sa China. Marami siyang investment sa stock market, kung ano-ano. Ang dami. Sabi nga niya dati sa akin, sabi nga, ikaw, may mga negosyo ka nga, corporate ka, successful ka, kung ano-ano. Pero sabi nga, if you add all of them up, hindi mo pa rin ako matatalo. Na isang maliit na Divisoria business. Ikaw, kasi minsan, medyo happy ako, proud ako.
Kasi look good, maganda.
Diba, may office ako malaki, babuntahin ko siya dito. Oh, sabi, ganda, laki magkano to? Diba, lugi ka dito. Ganun, automatic agad yan. Automatic sa kanya, ba't mo kailangan ng ganyan? So that's why you're seeing already, ako dati kasi medyo I was younger. Siyempre, kahit pa paano gusto ko magpakita sa tao, di ba? Pero right now, as you can see, now I have an office, but I try to make it very plain.
Yeah.
Wala nang no frills, nothing, right? Just do work. Sometimes sabi ko nga, the office is just because I need to have an office space, literal. Pero right now, if you think about it, most of my job is really nag-meeting ako, coffee shop, nag-meeting ako sa boardroom, more on that na.
Yan, isa pang napansin ko, Donald, no, yung sa mga tunay na mayayaman talaga. They're not show off.
No, they're not.
You want me to, I'll share with you one personal experience ko. Sa Divisoria.
Yeah, Divisoria.
Di pila ako sa bangko. E nasa likod ako, may nakaharap sa akin. Ito literal, nakasando. Naka-shorts, na lalaki. May bayong. Parang love song ko. Palengke ba to?
Oo.
Pero nung magde-deposit, nung binaliktad yung bayong,
puro cash.
Cash
lahat. Yeah.
Sabi ko, how to be you?
Yeah.
Bakit kaya, why are they're not show off?
I think, alam mo, sabi ko, if you look at it, maraming mainland ngayon nandito sa Pilipinas, yun naman talagang purely show off because they came from a very suppressed society. Diba? They came from a very suppressed society. So parang pag dito may pera, kailangan pakita ko. But if you look at the traditional Chinese, the Fukians, no, the first generation and second generation Chinese over here, because they really live their life that way. When every peso is really hard-earned, they want to keep that. No? Before, I also remember we used to segment nga, no, yung Divisoria Chinese is very different from a Green Hills Chinese. No? From a Green Hills Chinese, na kahit pa paano may show off ng konti na
sa Green
Hills. Diba? Pero in the Divisoria Chinese, even the culture is very different. Even when my dad would buy a car, ayaw niya nag-loan, no? Lately na lang siya nag-loan, pero ayaw niya nag-loan. Pero lagi ang kotse nga, lagi Innova lang. Innova. Sabi, gusto mo Innova? Ay, kahit anong kotse, hindi. That's the most practical car that you can get. Kasya tayong lahat. Pag ako nag-drive, ganyan. So again, it's all about practicality over alam niya na in the end, icing lahat. Sabi mo, pag ang cake, sobrang daming icing, walang cake doon. Diba? At hindi mo makain, hindi ka mabubusog sa icing.
Would you consider yourself as a Divisoria Chinese also?
I'm proud to say I came from there. At the same time, sabi ko, even when I'm in corporate, I've always told my boss kahit paano, you have to allow me to also engage in certain businesses. I'm not on top, but I invest. I have my own business. Hopefully, they get to compliment. Hopefully, it will also become my nest egg when I retire later on. Right? So, but ako, my mindset is really very Divisoria. My mindset. And also, I always make sure I go back to my roots. Every Sunday, I always go there to fetch my mom. I would always spend time in Divisoria. At sabi ko nga, kung talagang laking Divisoria ka, komportable ka sa amoy. Lumaglakad ka doon. Sa San Nicolas, Santo Cristo, ilang hap mo, iba ang amoy eh.
Oo naman. Laking siyempre ako.
Ikaw din. May konting estero.
Oo, di lang yun. Laking Juan Luna, tapos Naglaya. Di ba?
Nakamoy mo yun.
At saka, ito lang, hindi naman sa this is really a privilege and an opportunity to talk to Donald na he really walks the talk. Kung mapapansin mo, again guys, si Donald, walang relo yan. Tingnan mo.
Nothing.
Hindi naman niya, hindi afford. Kasi yung parang sa akin, ako nakarelo ko ngayon, alam mo bakit? It's because just to count my steps.
Yes, steps.
But in reality, I don't also wear a watch. Yeah. Because, alam mo bakit? May cellphone eh.
May cellphone ako rin, may cellphone.
Kaya nga, tinitingnan ko yung time sa cellphone na.
Yeah.
So, right now, balik naman tayo sa storya mo. syempre, from Divisoria, paano ka napasok sa corporate at paano mo talagang yung pangalan na Donald Lim, pag sinabing Donald Lim, wow, parang low dito sa marketing.
Hindi naman.
Hindi. Just want, kasi not everyone knows you. But I want just to give credit na you're really big when it comes to marketing.
Well, actually, I was also a bit lucky. Alam mo, sabi ko, hindi naman ako matalino din sa school. So, no, I was your really average student. But I was lucky enough, number one, to get into Ateneo. I was lucky enough na when I graduated, because I was such an ordinary, sobrang normal. So sabi ko, hindi ko kaya talunin sa talino itong mga kasama ko sa Ateneo. So sabi ko, tatalunin na lang kita sa sipag. So if you can outshine me because you're a very good speaker, you know how to do all the very complicated charts and graphs, ako di ako marunong. So tatalunin kita sa sipag. I would just have to work harder than all of you, no? And that is what prompted me. While I was working, nag-aaral na ako. 2 years work experience, nag-MBA na ako. Right? And then after tuloy-tuloy yan, after mag-masters, nag-doctorate ako. Wow. In my corporate career, ganun din, no? So makita mo, it's always a discipline, even until now. Because sabi, laging nasa office by 8. So yung laging nasa office by 8, regardless of now, as I move up the ranks, laging ako nasa office by 8. Ngayon, mas traffic, so 8:30. No? Pero I'm always, regardless of what jobs I've been to, I'm always early. Actually, pag nagising ako ng medyo late ng konti, so masakit na ng ulo ko. So it's really in part of the system already, no, that work ethic and that discipline. So because of that, I get noticed. I'm always there. I'm always present. No, so in my entire college days, 0 absent, 0 literal. And during that time, binondo to Ateneo, 2 hours yun. Jeep, bus, jeep. Kasi gano'n yun. So imagine mo, 2 hours yun. Ang laki-laki ko, di ba? Tapos, libro. Tapos minsan may badminton racket pa kasi may PE, di ba? So, nag-jeep lang ako, bus, lahat. But it was a good experience, no? It's a discipline, eh. So right now,
humbling experience din yun, syempre, di ba?
So now you throw me anywhere, I can do any job. Hindi ako nahihiya. Hindi ako nahihiya magligpit ng gamit. Hindi ako nahihiya kahit ano, okay lang.
Pero alam mo, ang galing din ng parents mo, no? Honestly.
Yeah.
Hindi, kasi may mga ibang parents ang gagawin eh. They want to shelter their kids, di ba? Provide for yung transportation and everything. Pero hindi niya ginawa yun.
Hindi. Even nung commute, di na marunong mag-commute. Siyempre, kahit paano dati, malapit lang yung Hope sa bahay eh. So nung nag-college na, talagang, to be fair, sabi niya, sige, commute ka. Pero may kasama muna ako, yung dating kargador namin, tinuruan muna. Hanggang ng master ko, okay, iiwan ka na niya. Diba? So kahit paano, but they know my life skill is so important. So even up to now, ako, with my daughter, LRT siya. Papasok sa Ateneo. And she's 17. Diba? So sabi ko, ang mabilis lang naman na mag-grab ka araw-araw o magharap ako ng drive ka, pero I won't teach you anything. Sabi ko, sayang naman yung time, makakatulog ka, pahinga, pero iba yung drive eh. You have to learn that also. Right? Iba yung drive na, okay, hahabol ako kasi if they can make more complex decision, sabi ko, sana walang nakunod, di ba? Hopefully, okay naman siya. She knows naman eh. Sino bang masamang tao? Sinong potential? Hindi. Paano ka, di ba? But those are world skills. Some of my parents, co-parents, pinapa-LRT mo anak mo. Bakit? Di ba? So, they don't get it eh. Sabi ko, I pity naman those, actually, yung hindi pa mo mag-LRT na sobrang sheltered. So, I think that's also the training I want for my kids. So, ngayon, my 2 kids, they're all, isa sa atin, isa sa Lasal, they just, commute talaga, literal jeep sila, papasok.
So guys, ito lang I think we should learn from this. No? Kailangan matutunan natin kasi lalo na pag nanggaling sa hirap, di ba? May philosophy yung, ako rin, I used to have that mindset. Hindi ko pa dadaanin sa anak ko kung ano man yung hirap na dinaanan natin. Then, I just realized na talagang it's not healthy, hindi maganda. Bakit? Ano mo kung bakit tayo naging matibay, marunong tayo sa buhay, matipid tayo, because nanggaling tayo sa wala eh. Yeah. So do you agree also with that philosophy? Kaya mo ginagawa?
Yes. Even with my kids, they already know it. Minsan, pag sabi, bilhin mo na yan, ay hindi, wag, sobrang mahal yan. Tapos sabi niya, can we afford it? Laging may ganon yan. Or talagang nakapreno. So ako, I'm very proud of my kids na very sensitive sila. Wala naman ako hindi binigay. Pero yung mindset pa rin nila, hindi, tipid tayo. Kasi ganun, I live a very simple life eh.
Yeah.
Diba? Sabi ko, I always dress the same every day. Right?
Ano ka lang.
Nakaganon lang ako lagi. So, kahit na formal yan, hindi formal, nakaganon lang ako. I always make sure na, if we eat, simple lang. We don't have to spend a lot to be happy. We don't need to spend a lot to be together. So, even for example, if we go out, talagang in one hotel room, siksikan. Okay lang yun. Diba? Fun siya. We don't have to splurge. No? Last month, nagkaroon ng concert ang Enhypen, K-pop. Hirap na hirap ako maghanap ng ticket dito sa Manila. So yung daughter ko, talagang fan siya. So I really want to
reward lang.
To really say, so, sige, bibigay ko sa iyo yan. Pero di ako makakuha ng ticket.
So ano yan?
So I had to buy a ticket to Singapore. Sabi niya, no, cannot. It's too expensive. Do not. Siya nagsasabi, no, I will just wait. Diba? But in the end, I had to show, ako pa nag-compute, eto tingnan mo, bumili ka dito and all the stress, eto Singapore, mura lang plane ticket if you think about it. Mamura pa yung ticket doon kasi a few $100 lang, lusod na. O nga no, mas tipid nga. Sige, let's go. But only with that, doon lang siya kampante.
Galing.
Na, okay, sige, it makes sense. Diba? Hindi mag-splurge ka. Let's go because kasi matagal niya hinihingi sa akin yun eh. Pero hindi ko mabigay dito. But sabi ko, gusto mo yung stress? Punta sa New Clark City, pipila tayo, saan tayo titira doon? Saan tayo yung sabi nga, nga no? So, I think it's very important for every parent. Number one, you have to show by example. Hindi mo pwede, sabi mo magtipid ka pero di ka matipid. Right? And then secondly, it's really creating a mindset na, hindi naman yung scarcity, but to value every resource.
Tama.
No? So,
pahalagahan mo.
So even right now, ngayon, tinatrain ko na sila. So, yung isa kasi nag-18 na, yung isa mag-18 na. So, I want to try them naman sa stock market, to try them to crypto, mga ganon. And then you get to decide what you want.
Well, actually, alam mo, bilib ako, Donald, sa yung... Because I'm senior kids, the three of them, no? They're very simple. At saka wala ring, walang ere. And then one thing I noticed also, na sinasama mo rin siya sa office.
Yeah.
Why do you do that also?
Para makita rin nila, no? In fact, even before when I'm in jobs, I would always try to, of course, convenient for me kasi usually I work also weekends but kailangan ng family time. So ngayon, convenient na rin, bit ko na rin sila. But at the same time, they're learning also. They're seeing my world. They're also getting to know certain people. Ngayon, yung first two ko, one is 18, one is 17, na-appreciate niya, okay, ito si ganun yan minsan pag may kailangan, sabi ko, sabi mo, i-message mo. Kung may kailangan ka about a particular product, brand, o may kailangan interviewin for the homework. So, alam na nila. No? So I think what's more important, I am not at the level where I can promise them every summer, nasa US tayo, Canada tayo, mga ganon. Hindi ko ma-promise yun. Kasi nga, part of ang hirap I have a corporate job. I have my own business. I teach. May Air Force ako. I'm juggling a lot of things. And besides sila, if they want to travel, sabi, I want to travel with my friends. Di ba? So, meron ako isa set. Basta, meron tayo once a year tayong lahat. But in the rest, you can travel with your friends, ganon. But in the end, sabi ko, it's more important you observe what I'm doing, you experience, you get to know people, di ba? So then, later on, you will, mas mature ka na. Hindi ka mahiyain, kaya nga, I think yun rin na when I was growing up, nandun ako sa office. So even now, kilala ko yung mukha ng kliyente ng dad ko, sino-supplier, everyone. They know me also, even at a young age.
Sige, malipat naman tayo sa professional career mo. Actually, I met Donald during that time when he was still with ABS-CBN. Si Donald, alam mo, very humble to, ayaw niya but he was the one responsible sa digitalization. Alam mo naman, malaki talaga ABS-CBN, di ba? They're the #1 channel sa regular. Pero nung nag-digital sa YouTube, sa Facebook, sa you were responsible for that, and it was the biggest and the largest. Can you tell us about your experience?
Well, I have to give credit to Gabby and Charo that time, no? Because when they got me, it was very clear. Sabi niya, prepare ABS for it's what they call second curve of the business. Second curve means that there's a traditional and a normal route, the regular business model, but the second curve is using technology and new consumers. How do we prepare? Any business is going to be very hard to adjust kasi sometimes it will cannibalize. So lahat takot gawin yun. But that time, I was very lucky they gave me what I call air cover. So even while the traditional business are running, whatever I do, even if it eats a bit of the current market or consumer market, kahit pa paano, I'm protected. So I was able to grow. So that time, it was very simple. Sabi ko, there was a mindset before, pag publisher ka, if you're a media, kailangan ikaw ang website. You have to host your website. But sabi ko, hindi ganun ang thinking. Because we're a very social media country. Mas important, rather than have your own website, is that you have to be number one on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. Nandun yung following. So we change our business model, no, from grabbing our own and put all the content there instead of having the biggest website to owning the biggest marketplace and biggest channel. So dati hindi maisip yun na parang paano
Anong taon yun? Anong taon?
2015. No? So I joined 2013.
Oh.
But 2015, 2016, 17, talagang we said from 100 million to 1 billion in digital sales. Parang ganun. So going after that, no, initially parang ang laki, no, it was daunting. But I think they were able to hit it. We were able to hit it. At the same time, we were number one on Facebook. We were number one on YouTube. Talagang nag-crawl kami to become number one. We also had the most number of digital influencers. No? Adobe Studios, you were part of that. No?
Yeah.
Chicken Pork Adobo pa that time. No? But we said na we are going to be very non-traditional in our approach. Before, when you talk about ABS-CBN, kailangan kami may-ari ng channel. Kailangan kami may-ari ng IP ng show. Kailangan mag-sign ka ng contract kung maging artista. But as a YouTuber, as a content creator in digital, hindi ganun, baliktad. Rev share tayo. You create content, I will support you. Pag lumaki ka, panalo din ako. Right? It was very non-traditional. It took some time for the people within to understand. But once they went over that hump, no, talagang bumulusok. So right now, I think proudly when even when the franchise was cut, no,
yan ang bubuhay din
talagang open lahat meron. Right? Lahat meron. And at the same time, that mindset of our expertise is creating content and storytelling. So we are agnostic now. Nawala yung channel? Okay lang. We will now sell it to anyone who wants our content. Because yun ang expert talaga ng ABS-CBN, which is the storytelling.
So right now, may mga tao nakikinig at nanonood ngayon na may mga small businesses or if not traditional business, just like your dad. Anong halaga ng digitalization right now sa present? Para lumaki negosyo.
Yeah. For me, always look at digital, always use technology. Kaya nga sabi ko, I'm a digital person. I see myself as a person of digital, advocating digital. But in the end, it will always boil down to the business itself. Kaya sabi ko even up to now, before, distributor kami. Biglang kailangan ba namin ng website? Di naman namin kailangan eh. Right? Always remember that any business is always anchored on being human and being a person and the relationship. Right? And sometimes, I would always say, do not let digital or any technology replace what should be human and what should be the normal course. Minsan, iniisip namin, mag-digital na ako para tumaas benta ko. Pero mali ang produkto, hindi maayos. Hindi kayo, lahat ng traditional way of doing it. Nagtanong ka ba sa customer, nag-market research ka ba bago ka nag-launch ng produkto? Are you doing it well, better than your competitors? Is your price competitive? Is your location accessible? So, kahit pa paano, the regular 4Ps, no? For the regular 4Ps of marketing, you have to have what we call yung basic, no? Brilliant basics ang tawag ko, no? So, the basics has to be sound. And once the basic is sound, then you put in technology. Technology will not answer and solve the problem of the business. Once it is sound, technology, ayos lahat, maganda produkto mo, okay pricing mo, competitive ka, technology will amplify. Right? Technology will amplify. Now, mayabang ka na, ilagay mo sa Facebook, kumuha ka ng influencer, kumuha ka ng kahit ano, biglang lalaki ang negosyo. Pero kung hindi maayos yung negosyo, tapos gusto mo, hindi, ilagay na natin, promote na natin, magbabackfire yun. So in which case, I would always say, kung if I will preach to you that mag-technology ka, actually hindi ko gagawin yun. Tatanungin ko muna, maayos ba ang foundation ng business mo? Do you have a sound business plan? Maayos ba operations mo? Wow. Maayos ba yung product mo at services mo?
Galing.
Lahat ba okay? Then, pasok natin technology.
So in other words, ang galing, yes, I hope that you're learning also. Ang sinasabi ni Donald, magnifying lens lang talaga. It magnifies what's already existing. Yeah. Kung broken ang services, broken ang product, pag minagtify yan, magne-negative news.
Magne-negative rin.
Di ba? Pero kung maganda na siya, di ba? Tapos, ilagay mo sa social media, magdo-double, magto-triple, magko-quadruple siya.
Yes.
Wow.
So di ba ngayon may sa Ongpin, marami nagbebenta ng fried siopaw, di ba? Kasi masarap siya. Pero kung di siya masarap, pag maraming vloggers nag-vlog, hindi rin ipag-trickman mo hindi masarap, wala rin it will backfire. It has to be anchored on sound business, the right product, the right market fit, lahat 'yun.
Galing.
Right?
Yun yung nangyari right now, di ba? Kung makikita mo, to name a few, si Ube.
Si Ube.
Hopia Ube, di ba? Si ano yun? Dek. Dek. Lahat. Grabe talaga, no? So, right now, okay. Ang pag-usapan naman natin, syempre, business. Personal business ni, how many businesses do you run?
I have invested in some advertising agencies, research agency, may konting mga small restaurants here and there. No? So, I have naman some, give or take mga 12, 14, 15 of them.
So, yun yung isang tanong ko, at paano ngayon, how will you be able to operate yung sabay-sabay na 12? Paano mo ginagawa?
I always believe na sabi ko, ang labanan lagi in anyone's career, even to my students, I always tell them, ang labanan sa buhay is what you do pagdating sa 5 to 9. So 9 to 5, may corporate job ka. Pero after na 9 to 5, yung 5 to 9, doon nag-differentiate lahat ng tao. Kasi lahat ng nag-9 to 5 at nagtrabaho, pagkatapos ng work, okay, enjoy na. Inuman na tayo, relax na tayo, chill, pagod 9 to 5 Pero makita mo yan. Lahat na naging successful, pagalingan. Kasi sa 5 to 9, talagang they manage it very well. Nag-extra, nag-aral sila. Right? Nag-start ng business, whatever, nag-expand ang network nila. They go to organization or kahit pa paano, they find alternative sources of revenue. Kaya nga sabi ko, I usually, when I talk to people, even when I interview, even for a corporate job, I ask them, what do you do outside work? What do you do on weekends? That is how I will judge you. I will not judge you. Kasi pag corporate, pantay-pantay tayo Accounting, magaling sa accounting. HR, alam na natin yung skill at alam natin yung experience. But all of us would be the same, di ba? Parang ano yan parang sa factory worker, pare-pareho tayong lahat. May position lang tayo, pero pare-pareho. Pero ang laban, anong ginawa mo po nung 5 to 9? Kung makuha mo yung discipline na yung 5 to 9, at ano ang nagagawa mong quality, extra quality work, then you begin to realize you will be able to bring value. Then makakabit-kabit mo na. So kaya makita mo 5 to 9, alam ng mga business partners ko, okay, 6, alam nila yan, 6 p.m. usually mga board meetings ko yan.
Oy guys, ito lang, para just to clarify and make clear, kasi sinasabi niyang 9 to 5 and 5 to 9, baka confuse kayo. Ang ibig sabihin ng 9 to 5 is your corporate job, yung trabaho mo ngayon. What you do, pagkagising mo, pumapasok ka, pagkatapos ng alas 5. Pero what you do from 5 to 9, di ba? Yun yung sideline mo, hustle mo, negosyo mo, kung anong career na gusto mo. Totoo. Question. So, ngayon, ang dami mo ng opportunity. Why are you still hired, di ba? Yung parang nasa corporate. Anong logic behind that?
Sabi ko nga, yung corporate, number one, I think I'm okay. I'm enjoying the corporate job. Sa totoo lang, when you go to corporate, at my age na you're 25 years in corporate, medyo alam mo na yung gagawin mo day in, day out, who you deal with, the politics, and the job, and everything. You get to, magiging chill ka na Okay na yan. Alam mo na yun yung pwesto mo. Right? So, for me, it's really a good space where I can continue to learn. Imagine mo, minsan may meeting ako abroad. Siyempre, corporate nagbabayad. May free parking ako dito, may free office ako. In a way, if you look at it from that perspective, So, I get to keep on learning while I bring value to any organization I'm affiliated with. I do believe that I bring certain value to this organization. But at the same time, I get to connect the dots. I get to meet more people. Iba pa rin, siyempre, yung nasa corporate ka, it has a lot of advantages versus you are a business, you are just keep putting a name on your own, you're growing. Of course, walang mali doon. Feeling ko, it would slow me down. Feeling ko, if I am able to connect, and bring value to both by synergizing, right? And for me personally, learning from both. When I make decisions, kaya if you think about it, I don't make corporate decisions. My corporate decisions sometimes are entrepreneurial decisions. So very non-traditional ang style of play ko, even in corporate. How I approach, for example, tax, how I approach risk, how I approach even how my marketing is run and how my operations are run here. Makita mo, sabi na, inchi ka magpatakbo. Kasi kahit paano gusto ko ng boss ko, kasi nakita niya Yung pagkakuripot ko sa sarili ko, naging kuripot din ako dito sa company. Sabi mo, I don't spend wala akong in-spend na hindi ko ma-justify.
Tama.
In fact, I know the rules even before na, okay, may out of town trip. Ako gumagastos. Kasi as an owner, I do it like that. Kailangan mag-flight ka, may flight. Medyo mahaba yung flight to Singapore. Sabi ko, hindi, Singapore, 3.5 hours. Training ko sa multinational yan Pag less than 4 hours, economy ka. Right? So pag more than, kasi, siyempre, kakayanin mo na yun, di ba? Pero if more than 4 hours, then pwede kahit paano, you can choose if you want a higher class. So even ako, right now, I can decide, pwede akong business class naman anytime. Pero yung discipline nandun yung pagkatipid at kuripot, hindi yung kapirapan ko, okay naman Ako, ang nego ko na lang usually, bigyan mo lang ako ng emergency para may leg room lang ako.
Tama.
Pero,
emergency exit.
Emergency exit, So, mas malaki kasi hindi ako kasya sa maliit.
Matangkad ka.
Matangkad, Pero yun, it's that discipline. Kaya alam nila, I don't scrimp on anyone's I'm the steward, right? So I also feel responsible. So it's always that balance of the boss training. Ikaw ang boss sa kabila nga, pero ikaw you're still under. It's also a good reminder every day, no, that you serve people in the end.
So in other words, hearing what you're saying, Donald, can I safely conclude na your 9 to 5 job will pay your bills, but what you do from 5 to 9 will build your dreams?
Yes, will my dreams build myself, allow me to help other people when my corporate job has certain liabilities and limits, right? So
yun kasi yung magiging minsan yung mga ang daming nakikinig ngayon sa corporate na sinasabi nga na yun nga, number one, tsaka na lang ako mag-build ng dream business ko pagkatapos.
Yun ang sobrang against ako kasi nakita ko mismo
Bakit?
Yung lahat ng mga kasama ko who are older than me, when they retired at 60 and they started to build their business, I didn't realize kulang ang runway. When you should be enjoying life. Right? When you should be enjoying life. And sobrang grabe, at 60 na nag-retire ka, doon mo ibibigay sarili mo sa iyo yung pressure to set up a new business. Right? But why not create, sabi ko create small business, grow it, right? Kahit na hindi ikaw 100%. Wala nga akong business na ako 100% Wala. Laging sabi ko, I'm happy with, there are some nga may 2% lang ako. There are some na naka 40% ako, depends. Right? On the time I will spend for each business. Right? And of course, there will always be a managing director. But usually, sabi mo, sometimes I treat this business as a, pag may makakilala tayo, we get together, same values, same principles, and all of that. Okay, let's set it up, let's make it grow. Pero lagi may nakatutok. Always remember ang negosyo. Pag sarili mo negosyo, kailangan mo tutukan yan. So on my side, the value I bring in is really the network, the strategy, the experience. So alam ko rin, hindi ako makakatutok, pero pag every month, pag nag-board meeting, or pag may emergency, may kailangan may meeting, kabisado ko. If you ask me any of my business, kabisado ko, pati P&L nila. Right? Any of those business. Right? Because I'm there. I may not be there in present, pero yung iba, minsan may mancom nga ako like earlier, while driving in traffic, 8:30 to 9, nag-brief na ako on one of my agencies. Clients, org structure, P&L. While in traffic.
Ay, ibig sabihin ng P&L is profit.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss yun, para hindi kayo mawala. So, ito lang, paano naman, di ba, like for example, daming mga negosyo, may mga nagsabi, wala naman akong kapital how can I start a business? Ano masabi mo?
If you think about it, lagi akong nag-start ng mga negosyo, wala akong kapital.
Paano?
Right? In many cases, number one, find partners who will complement you, right? I always believe, if you have a good product, right? If you have a good good reputation, someone will fund you. Someone will always fund you. Of course, there are some na I use my own money. Yung iba, yung first 3 business ko naman, sarili kong sweldo yun Talagang tinago ko. Then, okay, game. Right? So, for me, I don't think capital is an issue. Many people blame capital, yung access to capital as a limitation. But I would always say, show me any business idea. People will invest. You also have another group ng mga business people who I talk to. Maraming ibang groups yan ng mga networks na naghahanap lang ng business idea. At the same time, ito isa pa. I'm very lucky. I think this is okay to open for everyone also. For example, I'm early on, when I was 20, 21, nung nag-start ako ng job, naging member ako ng JCI, di ba? Junior Chamber, Manila. So, nagka-access kagad ako sa mga people who are business people.
Network siya.
Yung network talaga, palakihin mo. On your own, talagang di mo kakayanin. Wala ka talagang kapital, di mo makakayanin. Pero once you have a network, sabi mo, maliit lang mo pera ko. Nakaipon ng 100,000, nakapag-open na ako ng first business ko, country style yung donut. So, naka-open na kami, 5 kami nun. Right? We were able to open kahit na maliit na share lang. Right? And then later on, okay, may kinita. Okay, next business. Next business ko, dog food. So, wala akong aso. Pero, pwede. So, we are nagkumita ng konti. Next business ulit. So, you're able to grow. Right now, when I start business, usually some business I start, they ask me to join. They give me a few % of the company in exchange for, again, wala na talagang capital. No? Yung last few ko, talagang they just use my network, my experience, my guidance. Usually, these are younger people. So, they want my guidance and experience. So, they give me shares of their companies.
So, in other words, guys, ang ibig sabihin po ni Donald, na pwede ka naman magnegosyo, gamitin mo yung experience mo, gamitin mo yung galing mo, gamitin mo yung talent mo. Ang tawag dyan, equity.
Equity, personal equity mo.
Oo. Di pa, kung chef ka.
Yeah.
Magaling ka.
Yeah.
Di ba, but I don't see nga, ba't ikaw pagagastos? Kumuha ka na ng financial investor mo, ikaw magluto, di ba?
And where will you get the investor? Yun nga sabi ko. Maging part ka ng network. Kaya nga sabi ko, labanan ng 5 to 9 eh. So ako, when I was way younger, member ako ng Junior Chamber. Nag-member ako ng Philippine Marketing Association. Imagine mo, first job ko, 12,000. Membership ng Philippine Marketing Association for 1 year is 12,000. So, 12,000 ang sweldo ko. I-take home ko lang noon dati, 8,000. So, sabihin ko pa sa PMA, ako yung nakiusap, pwede bang ambag 1,000 naman? Hindi ko kaya. Pero sabi ko, okay lang, wala akong iuwi. Okay lang, wala akong iuwi para sa sarili ko. Pero mag-invest talaga ako sa association kasi labanan sa network. Always remember, no, meron tayong finifeel. Ang first na kailangan punuin is yung utak eh. Okay. Kailangan may knowledge ka. After you do knowledge, then skills. Skills, meaning ginagawa mo hanggang pikit mata, di ba pag basketball, minsan alam mo na eh, pikit mata, makakashoot ka na. Skills. So dati, marunong kang pumesto, marunong kang knowledge, skills, now is down the experience. After you have both, then the third is the connection, the network. So may progression. So hindi ka pwede pag nag-network ka, tapos wala kang knowledge and skills, kakapusin ka.
Wow.
Walang pakialam network sa'yo. Ay, di naman marunong to.
Grabe.
Diba?
Kahit na may opportunity, di ba? Yun nga eh, parang, ay, ano yun, swerte-swertehan lang yan eh, nagkataon lang.
Yeah.
Even if the opportunity is right in your face, pero pag wala ka talagang knowledge, wala kang skills, wala pa rin, wala kang opportunity.
So for example, like right now, I'm very much advocating blockchain and everything. Wala akong, no knowledge, no skills. Right? But when I started, as a marketing person, gumawa ako ng Philippine Blockchain Week, gumawa ako ng event. Then I realized, kulang, di ko kakayanin. Pag in-interview, ba't ka gumawa ng blockchain? Di ko ma-explain eh. Pero alam ko yun ang future. So, atras ako. I started learning. Talagang lahat ng Coursera courses, makita ko sa lahat ng certificate, inaral ko kabisado ko ng blockchain. Second, skills. So now, nag-set up, nag-advise ko ng mga kumpanya, small companies who are into blockchain. Right now, even in my corporate job, we're moving into blockchain because I believe in it. In some of the business I'm running, I'm doing blockchain. Then, nagsusulat ako ng article sa Business World, blockchain. I call it the black box. So, may weekly article. So now, I'm swimming, I'm getting the skills. So now, pagdating sa network, dati, ang network ko fake. Meaning, kasi gumawa ako ng event, people come to me. Pero they would see na wala ako, kulang yun. After 1 year, hindi naman yan totoong blockchain person eh. Ngayon, hindi na nila ako maano. Hindi na nila masabi, nandyan na ako. Ito yung mga nagagawa ko, itong sinusulat ko. So there's a progression. Right? The knowledge, the skills, and the network. Laging step 1, step 2, step 3. Right? Hindi ka pag nag-network, magbabagsak ka eh.
Yan yung problema ng karamihan na napansin ko. They get into business na walang knowledge. Na walang skills.
Yes. Yeah. No knowledge, no skills. Tapos, pag pera lang ang motivation, maipit ka. Kakabusing ka eh. Right? Hindi para kang chess, alam mo isang move lang. So, pag gumalaw yung iba, hindi mo na alam saan ka pupunta. So, bagsak ka. Right? So, that's why it's important. It's so important for you to keep on learning and learning. Sabi ko nga, I listen to Searching Keys vlog, content, because I get pieces of wisdom. Those are, yung pieces of wisdom, imagine mo, wisdom means experience through the years. Tapos sinamarize yung piece of wisdom, tapos kukunin mo na lang. Ayaw mo ba? Diba? And imagine that if you can get nuggets of wisdom from so many people. Some, okay, may sense, some wala. Diba? Kung ang dami mong fina-follow, but you get to put everything in. Then ikaw na mag-distill what is relevant to you or not. Then imagine, once you get the experiences of others, then you can make better decisions.
Okay. Ito, habang nakikinig kayo, alam mo, parang I'm just attending a master course na dinistill talaga ni Donald. If you are learning right now in this episode, type learning and then please pakitype na rin kung ano natutunan nyo. Grabe, I'm just overwhelmed. Honestly, not to flatter, hindi naman sa pambobola. Sobra akong talaga, na-enlighten talaga. And then yun nga, yung sinasabi mo na years of experience from other people. Kasi I always tell people that experience is not only the best teacher, but learning from other people's mistakes.
Exactly.
Do you agree?
Yes. And swerte nga kayo ngayon ng mga nakikinig kasi you have digital platforms. Dati kami, we have to read the autobiographies and biographies of people, right? And talagang feel mo yun, no? Binabasa ko mga biography nila Lee Kuan Yew, yung mga great leaders of their times. Right now, we have so much content online that we have to, ang bilis nang sinasummarize. Right? And again, you learn from mistakes. You don't learn from success. Success is linear, meaning pag naging successful ka, okay, alam mo tama. Right? Pero, if you fail, then you also know what to avoid. Kaya nga failure is such a great teacher eh. I'm so, desensitized. Pag na-fail, okay, next. Ano yung next? Alam ko na mali ito. Sige. Right? So, mas malalim kasi yung sugat. Diba? Pag mas malalim ang sugat, mas nag-learn ka. I'm so into that already. I believe that, of course, as you grow older, you cannot fail too much anymore, right? So, fail all you want, especially if those who are listening, 20, 30, nako, okay yan. Talon ka ng talon hanggang makita mo na, okay, alam anong hindi, ano sa'yo, no? What's for you?
Donald, the biggest mistake that you have made in your life na yun nga, we can learn from.
Being human is always about people. You can make a lot of mistakes in money and you can recover. But if you make wrong friends, if you trust wrong friends, if you do not vet, or minsan sabi ko pag pera, minsan naisilaw ka, no? And then a friend offers you this, and then wala pala, right? So I think what is, if you talk about mistakes, maybe you bet on wrong friendships, or at the very least, masilaw ka sa pera at akala mo nandun pero wala naman, right? So I think it's more that. But otherwise, if you think about it, sabi ko nga, any failure is really learning. No, even pati sa tao, then you begin to realize who are real people and who are not. Right? And then who are there who will take advantage of you, and those who are there really looking out for you.
Yeah. No? Kaya nga yung babalik tayo sa sinabi mo sa last part na napakahalaga rin talaga that you learn eh.
Yeah.
Kasi yung wrong input,
correct.
Wrong output.
Yes. Yeah.
Kahit na yung best of intention mo, lumaki ka, maging successful ka, pero mali yung orientation, wala kang alam, lahat ng mga desisyon na susunod palpak.
Yes. Yes.
Kaya guys, para sa mga tao ngayon nakikinig at nanonood na sinasabi mo, ba't parating walang nangyayari sa buhay ko? Tanungin mo, sarili mo, do you have the enough knowledge, the right information, the right skills, the right attitude also?
Yeah.
Diba?
Yep.
Kasi mga iba, nasaktan lang eh.
Ayaw na.
So that's the biggest mistake, no? Yung parang trusting probably the wrong people. Yung pinaka-best naman na decision na nagawa mo, or let's say best investment you have made?
For me, the best decision I have made is really on myself and the relationships I have created through time. And those relationships is not because, di ako minum eh. But the relationships, when I go there, I teach them, I help them. Kanina sinabi ko, no? Knowledge, di ba? Once you have knowledge, you have skill. Once you have skill, you have the network. But for you to have mastery, you become the ultimate master in your craft, is when you start teaching.
Oh.
Right? So, pag naging master, Chinky, di ba? Master ka. Kasi tinuturo mo lahat ng alam mo eh. Turo. Once you keep on teaching and imparting, lalong lumalalim yung understanding and skill and learning and the network that you open up. Some people always, minsan, pag umabot sa network, naging selfish na or naging gahama, akin na lahat ng pera. Mayaman na ako, may ano na ako, diba? Pero hindi nila ma-master yun. At the same time, mauunahan sila. If you look at the below, even nga diba, sila Tesla, sila lahat yan, they impart. Nag-tweet nga sila eh. Inuuna nga nila eh. They're not afraid to impart knowledge. Right? So you become a master of your craft once you teach people. So for me, I have stage fright before. Pero sabi ko, hindi eh. Kailangan to be a good marketing and business person, I have to learn how to speak properly. I have to impart whatever I have. So I think my biggest investment is 12 years na ako nagtuturo sa school. Pag weekends, minsan weekday nga, 6 to 9 eh. Sobrang pagod. Minsan ayaw mo na pumasok. Pero may klase ka eh, nandun sila. Kailangan mo pumunta. Right? Saturday na lang, gusto mo na matulog ng extra 30 minutes, hindi pwede. Kasi may class. But then you begin to realize, after, sabi mo, dami ko ng anak eh. Whenever naglakad ako dito, sir, may mga ganun sa BGC. And at the same time, because once you impart, kaya I can talk a lot about a lot of things, is because I keep on talking about it in my class.
Totoo.
Na ma-master mo.
And not only that, you cannot teach what you do not know.
Yeah, exactly.
You kailangan mag-research ka.
And you learn from your students also. Diba? So imagine mo, yung may wisdom din sila, kahit na may estudyante sila, sir, hindi pwede yan kasi ganyan. O nga, no, di ko naisip yun, ha. Then you begin to absorb also everyone's wisdom and knowledge and everything. It expands your network, but at the same time, you're creating mastery. People always forget yung last part, no, that they have to give. For them, no, para lumaki, para gumaling sila, lumaki sila, they have to keep on giving because 10 times bumabalik. Right? And you expand your mental and emotional state and wellness.
Wow. Last na, ito. Si si Donald ba nag-iipon?
Yes, in a way. Nag-iipon ako, but again, iba yung ipon ko.
Ano?
Ang ipon ko is not money. All my money is invested in knowledge, skills, network.
So, nag-aaral ka pa rin.
Nag-aaral pa ako hanggang ngayon.
Oh, so, since yan, iipon challenge kita ngayon.
Okay.
Oo.
Paano?
Ito, ipon cards to. Ito, may cards, pipili ka ng isa. O yan, pagpili, sige, balik ta rin mo.
Okay.
Then, basa.
20 peso coin challenge. Maghulog ng 5 new 20. Okay, kaya to.
O, basahin mo para malaman nila.
Okay, maghulog ng 5 new 20 peso coin sa ipon box mo.
So, ito yung challenge na ginawa ng card sa mga lahat ng mga tao gusto matutong mag-ipon. They pick a card on a daily basis. Pick one more.
5-6 utang challenge. Mahilig ka bang mangutang? Pues, mag-ipon ka na para hindi ka na manghiram. Maghulog ng 56 sa iyong ipon box.
56 pesos. So, this is a parang ginamify namin para hindi maging boring ang pag-iipon. So, yan, ibibigay ko na to sa iyo para mabigay mo to sa anak.
Okay, thank you. Guys, alam mo ang labanan talaga, hindi padamihan ng pataasan ng income. Ang labanan laging, how much are you able to save? How much ang maipon mo? At yung ipon mo na, thank you. Pag yung ipon mo, hawak mo, di mo magalaw, you will look back one day and you will thank Mr. Chinkitan for that.
So, parting message na lang for people na, yun nga, in the corporate job na sinasabi, I'm sick and tired already, I want to become an entrepreneur. Or if not naman, yung mga iba na sinasabi, naku, kailan ako magiging, kailan ako makakalabas? What can you tell them?
You know, life is, yung tinuturo ng school kasi, for me, I'm a professor. And sinasabi ko na, tinuturo ng school na, have a good job, learn this, have a good job, and enjoy life. Actually, for me, hindi ganun. Well, you can do that. If you want to be happy, okay lang yun. After mo mag 9 o'clock to 5 p.m., after mo magtrabaho, gusto mo mag-enjoy time, walang mali doon, okay yun. Pero wag ka mag-complain na bakit ganyan ka lang. Pero kung gusto mo mag-next level, gusto mo lumaban, gusto mo mag-create in whatever small empire that you can create, or you want to do more things, then labanan sa 5 to 9. 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Always remember also, the world is moving very fast. If you do not study, if you do not implement what you have studied, and you do not go out, wala kang masabi. Nasa sa'yo lahat ng bola. Right? So you cannot complain and there is no excuse for you not achieving what you really want. Because, di ba, sabi nila, pag may gusto, may paraan yan. Di ba?
Ayaw maraming
dahilan.
So guys, iulitin natin, your 9 to 5 job will pay your bills, but what you do from 5 to 9 after work will help you build your dreams. Maraming salamat, Don.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donald.
Salamat.
It's really such an honor, guys. Kung nagustuhan nyo tong episode na ito, please type gusto and then also type the things that you have learned. And please don't forget to follow. Meron ka bang social media?
Twitter, Instagram. Meron naman, pero don't follow me. Don't follow me. I usually do my talk in a close group.
Close group siya.
I'm not an influencer like Chinky.
No, hindi naman. Well, anyway, yung blockchain, ano sa blockchain?
Well, we're doing a lot of events. No? Every year we do a Philippine Blockchain Week. If you're free, you can just let us know. No, we'll announce more about it once it goes near. No? But again, for me, any event, just keep going, supporting Filipino events. No? Minsan wala akong alam, pupunta ako, may construction expo, wala na akong construction na company nor anything. Pero I have to know. Right? So, punta ka lang, no? Kasi naman nasa bahay ka na, nag-Netflix. Okay rin yan minsan. Pero if you really want to expand your base, you have to keep learning.
Maraming salamat. Sana naman may natutunan kayo sa episode na ito. If you want me to probably interview some other people, pakitype na lang sa comment section sino gusto nyong pa-interviewin sa akin. Tatandaan, tamang karunungan, tamang disiplina po ang susi sa pagyaman.